Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio, and today's video is for the Gina B. Aaron's Design Team Challenge for October. And I could have done fall colors or, Halloween, but I didn't really want to. I had this jar that I wanted to decorate, and the prompts were build, generate, fabricate, I believe. And so I thought it would be fun to, I think this qualifies as build, to decorate this jar and create just a decorative jar, really. So I'm going to build layers on it, and yeah, that's what I'm going with. So this is just dollar store gift tissue paper. It had a shiny side and a matte side, and I'm stamping on the matte side. I figured it would be more absorbent and not smear. And it works pretty well when you collage it onto things. It disappears pretty good. I figure on the jar, when I started doing this, I figured it would take on a frosted look, and I don't know that I have an image of it after it's dry before I do the next step. We'll see. But see, this is a jar. It's just a cute little jar. It had a rose water drink in it, and I thought that sounded interesting, so I bought the drink, and it wasn't bad, actually. But I've been holding on to that jar for quite a long time, and because I wanted to decorate it. So here I'm using Inktense pencils, and I'm just going to color a few items, and just put a little bit of water on there to make it permanent. And hopefully when I collage them on, we'll still be able to see the color. And we do, I think. Yeah. Like, I did a quick clip of the jar in the beginning. I thought that would be kind of fun to see. I know some people do that. Do you like that best, if you see what the project's going to be in the beginning, or would you rather it be a surprise at the end? Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure whether I like it when I'm watching them or not, but I still watch the videos, so anyway, let me know what your opinion is. This was quite a long process, so this is a bit longer video than my normal. I have it sped up 8 times fast to try and speed through the process. Some of it is repetitive, like this coloring of the flowers. So you can skip forward if you want to. But remember, this is a design team challenge video, so there are other videos. The links will be in the description box below. These stamps are Gina's stamp collection, and I will have a link to her Linktree and to her Etsy store and to my discount code in the description box below. So on the jar, it is definitely not going to disappear on the jar, but it does make a nice kind of frosted look. And as you get that tissue paper wet, it tends to go around the curves a little bit easier. The bend in the neck, that's a little harder spot to do. And this part's a little bit repetitive. I'm just going to glue all these pieces on and play a little music. So I have the lid, I've put some gesso on it, and we're going to just glue one of the stamped images on top of the lid. Trying to make it all smooth, and I got a little too much of the matte medium, so I've got like a ton of it on my fingers. Alright, wiping it all off. There we go. So there's the jar. See, it's kind of got a frosted look. You can see some dry areas that didn't get it all underneath, but I decided I would put a little bit of paint on it, and I was hoping that it would be thin enough that you could see all the stamping underneath, but I probably should have used a little bit of glazing medium to make that thinner. But I just go around everything and try to keep the colored areas uncovered. So it was hard to stay around the flowers and everything. So they've gotten a little bit messed up. So once I get this color dry, I'm going to go around it. So here I'm going around some of those areas just with a pen. This is permanent when dry, so it's a good one to use. It's a good thing her stamps are like scribbly flowers, because then, you know, I can just scribble over the top of them. And the vine part just completely disappeared. I debated whether or not I would try stamping it on there, but I went ahead and drew with my pen some of those areas. back in. Now here, the ink is dry, and I'm gonna put some glitter on the flowers, and I think I put it on the bird too, just to make it more interesting. I felt like it needed more. And we'll put some on the lid too, why not? Make it sparkly. So this is some Inca Gold, and I decided my jar needed more interest, so I'm just lightly rubbing. The tissue is giving it some texture. I'm hoping that by rubbing this on, this one was antique silver or something. It's a very subtle gold color. Just thought it would make it more interesting. Trying to keep it moist in there. Yeah, wash my finger off. Now I have one that is a brighter gold and a silver. So I'm going to try and use the brighter gold because I felt like it still needed more. So going with the prompt build, we're going to build some more layers. And I'm sorry I'm halfway off the screen. Now I get creating and I forget where my camera's at. I keep grabbing more gold. Pretty soon it's going to be all gold, right? Alright, so I still felt like it needed more, so I've cut out some of her, this is a digi-download, her Gina B. Aaron's feathers, and I cut them out. They were just copied onto copy paper, or printed onto copy paper, so they're super thin, so I decided to take an index card, and I'm covering up the stripes and giving it a colorful background, just because I didn't want it to be white. And then I was going to just glue them on so they were stiffer, and then I decided, well, it'd be fun to have them hang, so I've got a couple of pieces of twine for the bigger feathers and just some thread for the smaller feathers, and I'm gluing the threads down onto the index card, and then we'll glue the feathers over the top. Now, some of those feathers are way too small for this, so we'll just use the bigger feathers on this part. trying to make them all fit on there. And then I decided I don't want to waste those little ones. So in an area that was pretty much empty on my jar, I am just gluing down all those teeny little feathers. Okay, we'll set that side to dry, and now we're going to cut out these and try carefully not to get my scissors on that string and cut it. So we'll get those all cut out. I won't make you watch the whole thing. There we go. So now I decide to use some glossy accents. I have this glossy accents. I've had it forever. It's starting to turn brown. I need to use it up, and I figured the jar was kind of an off color, so it wouldn't hurt these feathers to have a little bit of a brownish sort of glossy accent on there. And I don't think you can really tell too much. And then I decided to put some beads on the ends. They wouldn't fit on the thicker pieces, but they worked on that. And then we're going to just put that Inca Gold on the backs of the feathers just to make them even more fun. And I didn't wait long enough. I should have left the glossy accents overnight, but I didn't. I was impatient. So some of them have flaws because they get stuck to each other, they get stuck to the beads. You should really wait, 24 hours before messing with anything you've put glossy accent on. So now we're going to take these and have them hanging. And we're going to attach them to the jar, just like that. So I'm tying a knot. And then I'm going to, you see me wind it around here, but I end up just cutting it at the knot and gluing it on. And then, so there it's glued on. And then wrapping the neck with some other thread, which, yeah. It's hard to see what I'm doing and have it under the camera as well. Sorry about that. But I get it all wound on there. So it's all on there, and then I'm just going to tie it down to hold it all together. Trim that really close, and then to make sure it stays, I just have a little bit of matte medium on my desk still, so I'm going around the edges with that. And there we go. And once that's dry, I take some gesso. I decided I didn't like the color, so I'm taking some gesso and just going around it with my fingers. There we go. And then once the gesso is dry, I take some of that Inca Gold and go over it with that. And yep, I end up pulling out the brighter gold as well. There we go. And that's about it. And some pictures of it here in a second. I hope you liked that. If you did like it, please hit like, feel free to share, comment. Don't forget to check the links in the description box below. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.